A 12-year-old boy fell obsessively in love with his babysitter who was 10 years older. To make an illegal move on her, he hatched a master plan, using his parents' Christmas trip to his advantage. He purposely stayed up late to force his babysitter to watch a terrifying horror film with him in the living room. He knew the psychology that fear releases dopamine in the brain, often making people do things they wouldn't normally do while sober. Taking advantage of the horror movie on TV, Luke slowly moved closer to the babysitter and made his move. However, Ashley immediately and clearly rejected him. Before she could even process or react, Luke forcibly kissed her. Ashley was completely shocked and astonished at this little boy's filthy audacity. Before she could scold Luke, strange and scary things suddenly started happening. The Santa Claus prop from the gate outside mysteriously appeared near the window, and the locked door was inexplicably standing open. Seeing this terrifying sight, Ashley immediately ran and shut the door. She was furious with Luke, but just as she pulled out her phone to call the police, there was a loud knock at the door. Luke gathered courage to open it, but the twist was it wasn't a stranger, but his own friend outside. They were both extremely angry seeing this ruined plan. Just as they were thinking this might just be a prank, suddenly a loud crash of breaking glass came from upstairs. Viewers, if you want them to survive, hit the like button now. Ashley was terrified and locked the door. When she went to check upstairs, she saw a heavy brick had smashed the window with a message written in blood, "You leave, you die." Reading this, the friend who was most scared ran away from there. But the very next moment, Ashley realized this wasn't a prank, but a deadly game, and she grabbed Luke to hide in the closet. When the mysterious figure came to find them, they held their breath and didn't make a sound. Suddenly, Ashley noticed the killer's mask looked exactly like Luke's favorite toy. She went mad with rage because that mysterious gunman was no one else but Luke's friend. Ashley couldn't understand what game these two boys were actually trying to play. Ashley stormed out of the room in anger. She couldn't believe that Luke, whom she had babysat since childhood, would play such a disgusting prank on her. The game had now changed. To possess the nanny's body, a psycho boy tied her to a chair with deceit. Then, teaming up with his friend, they decided to play a game of truth or dare, betting on the nanny's life. Through this sick collaboration, the little boy tried to force himself on the nanny multiple times. The nanny was furious, but with her hands and feet badly tied, she was helpless and couldn't do anything. But just when she felt she wouldn't escape the boy's wrong intentions tonight, suddenly, someone knocked at the door. When the boy went to open it, he saw the nanny's boyfriend had come to save her. The boy tried to shoo him away, but the man forcibly opened the door and entered. Thinking he might see the restricted nanny, the boy lied that she was sleeping in the upstairs room. But as soon as he went up, the evil boy quietly picked up a heavy baseball bat. A while later, seeing them both tied up, the nanny tried reasoning with the boy. "Luke, there is still time. Please stop all this." She offered that if he let them both go, they wouldn't take this matter to the police and even help him clean up the house. The nanny thought her words might change the boy's mind, but it had no effect on that psycho. He and his friend dragged the man under the stairs to play a dangerous, investigative, deadly game. First, he took out a rope and a heavy paint can. Then he told his friend to blindfold the man. And seizing that moment, the nanny used all her strength to free herself from the ropes. But seeing all this, the nanny was shaken to her core. She couldn't believe the boy was attempting to kill her boyfriend. Seeing her boyfriend facing death right before her eyes, the nanny immediately grabbed the gun and aimed it straight at the boy. But luck was bad. There was no bullet in the gun. Seeing this, the nanny immediately ran to save her life, but just as she reached the door, the boy shot her from behind, and before she could even scream, he tied her to the chair again. Then the boy thought of another dangerous game. Now he wanted to summon the nanny's ex-boyfriend into this web of death. To possess the nanny's body, the tiny devil and his friends tied her tightly with Christmas lights. When the news reached the nanny's ex-boyfriend, he immediately arrived to help. But as soon as he reached the door, Luke held him at gunpoint and forced him to write a fake apology note for the nanny. The man couldn't understand what this little kid was actually trying to do, but in his greed to reconnect with his ex-girlfriend, he agreed. But suddenly, the very next moment, Luke used the snowblower rope to slowly hoist the man into the air. In less than a minute, the man died a painful death. Guys, this scene is super dangerous. Please don't skip. Inside the room, when the kids witnessed Luke's savagery and cruelty, they secretly decided to help the nanny escape. But suddenly, no one had even dreamed that Luke would attack his own best friend in a fit of rage. He fired a shot without thinking and dropped his own friend right there. Then he slowly walked towards the bloody nanny, pulled a sharp knife from his pocket, and with a single stroke to the neck, killed her too. Now in that room full of corpses, only Luke was left alive. To save himself, he placed the dead man's fingerprints on the gun, so the police would think he committed suicide out of lovesickness after killing everyone. After preparing all this false evidence, Luke quickly put on his innocent-looking pajamas and climbed out the window to go back to his room. But just then, his parents returned home. He immediately ran into his bed and pretended to be in a deep sleep. It was as if nothing had happened. Soon, the police and ambulance arrived. Based on Luke's fabricated evidence, it appeared the nanny's boyfriend and ex-boyfriend had fought in the house, and the surviving ex-boyfriend killed himself out of guilt. The police accepted this as the truth. The terrified Luke, still acting, went to the window to look out at the ambulance and was shocked to see that the nanny wasn't fully dead yet. She was alive and looking right at him. Luke realized in that moment that he was completely screwed. With this, the film ends on a massive suspense.